That's not the right intro. What's going on here?
I don't know why, but you are watching the Madness Comic Network. Are you mental?
In the heart of a major city, in a place raised to honor Earth's past protectors, the world will again learn, sometimes, superpowered intrigue doesn't stop at the grave. Galaxy Memorial Park, Volume 1, beginning crowdfunding Memorial Day 2025.
Beyond the world we know is a place where reality bends and time stands still. A place where legends, fairy tales, and nightmares are real. A world where legends are born and destinies collide. Alice has spent her life lost in an interdimensional rift known as Wonderland, and it forged her into a deadly bounty hunter. With her ancient clockwork guardian Big Ten by her side, they hunt the things that stalk the shadows of Wonderland. Alice Lost in Wonderland, issues 1 and 2 launch May 6 on Kickstarter. Follow along at GoMrFish.com.
Yo, what's up, everybody? What's happening? Welcome to another episode of What's Your Issue? I'm joined today by my co-host, Mr. Jonathan Skinner. You guys know he's been around for a couple weeks now doing the thing.
How's it
And
going,
an
guys?
old friend of mine, like we got some years behind us here, Mr. Simon Pothier. What's up, brother?
Hello. How's it going, guys? I was going to interrupt you going, here's your issue. Got a tissue?
You do that. This show is for the guest. Okay, this isn't the show I'm going to drive the topic of. This is your show. It's what's your issue, and that's the only question I'm gonna ask you. Now he might ask you some other questions, but for me, this show is kind of like you get the floor. So first thing I got to do is change that. This is not the ID show. I do share studio with my nephew, and sometimes I forget to change stuff. Randomly. Okay. It's good to see you, and you guys are killing it over there.
Thank you. Sim,
So, hello, everybody in the chat.
I don't have anybody there yet except Matthew.
We have Critical Blast. We have Matthew.
what's up, Matthew?
And sometimes some people are there and don't comment. So
That's me. We're broadcasting there.
Sim, did you want me to call you Simon or Sim?
everybody calls me Sim.
Yeah.
Sim? Okay.
Yep.
Amazing.
I
Welcome
just
to the show, man. Glad to have you in
Thank
here.
you. Thank you. It's a pleasure to be here. It's been a little while.
Yeah, it is. But like not because anything other than you're busy, You know, when Simon's working on something, he's head down. He's
Yeah.
working. You
Yeah.
know, I mean, not a whole lot of
That's
social
why sometimes
media.
I stream less, but I get work done.
Yeah.
Like right now, since January, I pencil like about 30 pages and colored like 78.
It's work. It's all work.
Yeah.
Everybody watching, please share this out to your socials. For you people on Pilled over there, we see you, we love you. We got people all over the place.
Yeah, I went to confirm it. It is live on my X and my Facebook, so everything's working fine on my end.
Everybody jump in, say hey.
And,
So,
I'm envious of his Jonathan camera, and I'm gonna go shopping for a new one because I think mine's getting a bit.
You know, the one I've been using has been the absolute worst camera. I move over to this. I didn't even realize how good this camera was. It looks fantastic. So
It is. It's very crisp. I need to shop.
it's got a fly on it.
Except for the bug flying over it, yeah.
Yeah, it's Mexico. What do you expect? There are
Oh,
flies.
by the way, before we
Alright,
start
so-
talking about my issues, here's an issue that I really like so far. Like, did you see how this is doing well?
Mr. Liefeld's Young Blood
Yeah.
Deluxe.
You got the rights back, so
Yeah.
he's relaunching the deluxe edition,
Ooh.
and that was like a limited edition hardcover that I also have, right?
Yes.
And it's already sold out, but he's releasing them in floppy, and they sold out. So
Heck yeah.
they're going to second print. Like I'm like, one of the original founders relaunches shit, and he's selling out at Image. It's one of their biggest seller right now.
And it just tells everybody how badly we want just like affordable comics back like the old days.
Yeah.
But yeah, affordable. It is $3.99 plus tax and stuff like that. No, but just compared to the back in the days, right? So it's still a decent, pretty price, and it seems to be like it's a double issue. It's not a 20-page.
Right?
It's a 40-something page. So
Is
it's more
this a
like you put two
reprint
issues
or-
in one. Yeah, technically it's a reprint, remastered, so new colors, and he redid the dialogues.
Okay.
It's on
So-
newsprint, right?
No.
What's
no,
it on?
no. I don't print newsprint at Image, dude. It's all glossy paper.
Nice.
Oh.
It's high quality. Like
So how
he
many
just went.
did
He
you print?
just went like like Spawn, like the classic. Like it's a bit not thick paper like mine, but
Right.
it's still high quality for what's a floppy. And the price for $3.99 for a 40-pager or something.
Yeah, that's
And
great.
He's keeping it at a decent price for people to kind of get the first head start, of the
How
new
many
edition.
did they print in that first printing?
I don't know the exact amount. I did not check it. All I know is that it was shown that they sold out, so they're going back to print.
I'm wondering. I mean, because if you print a whole bunch of them, the price is down enough where you can sell them.
Mhm.
I mean, but
It's the more you print, the more you go down. But I think it's also the fact that it's a special event. So
Oh,
it's like
yeah.
a reprint of because he changed the ending. He added a few pages in the original, like in the hardcover, and he added some things at the ending. Because if you remember, if you read the original series, the ending was not at the end of the series; it was in Brigade, I think. So they did a little rewrite there where they merged the. It used to be like one story on one side and the other team on the other side. So
Yeah.
they merged both story as one.
okay.
So that's the difference that they made. And I'm pretty happy. And I had to pick a copy from my friend because my friend's like, dude, my seller only letting me grab one copy. Can you grab me one? So I had to grab one from my friend, like Coleman. So I grabbed him an extra copy. And this is another thing that I was pretty happy about. The return of Jim Lee and Jeff Loeb to Hush.
Yeah, I've heard. I mean, I heard a lot of people talking good stuff about it.
Yeah, but, when they're doing things right, I might as well mention them. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
Hush too.
Court 'em.
Yeah.
Give,
And
give,
another
them,
thing-
give them a little golf clap for doing it right once in a while, right?
And this is another series I'm enjoying a lot. It's they did a relaunch of Ninja Turtles, right?
Mm-hmm.
And they're trying to like merge the two universe, the original plus the one that they had at IDW, but it's a restart. So the first 5 issue was concentrating on each one turtle and then Casey Jones, and then after that you pick off from there, and it's very interesting. And those would be like my big highlight right now, to be quite honest.
Yeah,
That's
it is.
definitely one of my favorite franchises. Love the Turtles.
And Spawn is doing awesome too. They have Brett Booth doing the art right now, and Tom McFarlane went back to being the writer now since 360.
No, heck yeah.
So if you know who Brett Booth is, you know the
Yeah.
artist is dope. So he's back. So it's one of the things I'm also buying. Like I hadn't bought like regular comics in a while until
Me
I
neither.
realized that until I realized that at a certain point you fall into that point where not hating everything, but like you got disenfranchised a bit, and then you're like, man, like I need to get back into my passion, not just certain things. So I went back to the comic book shop and I started trying
That's-
different things once in a while. Like
That's-
oh, I'll
that's
try
the
this,
thing.
I'll try that, I'll try this. Like I
That's the
I was
thing,
really
it's
excited
like-
about the Great Capullo Wolverine Revenge. There, it's decent, but it feels like it was too condensed. Like they needed more issues to fill to do, but the story was interesting. But
That's
not
the
enough
thing.
not enough room to tell it. You know what I mean?
I'm like an hour from from the nearest comic book store. Both of them, like one south, one north. But it's a drive to either one of them, right? So there's got to be more than one book, one reason for me to go there.
But I mean, there's also the fact that I'm not a big
It's
floppy
been so
guy.
long. I'm just saying, it's been so long since I had a reason to go there, and it's like now I'm working with another one of those crowdfunding sites that's trying to help you guys get into retails and big box, right? So I don't know if you've seen the past couple issues. I think this show we covered it, but there's a
Panelfly, yeah.
bi-weekly update. It's called the Panelfly Update. We'll be talking about these guys on the website that they've built as they grow, just like anything else that starts out and might help you guys. I'm gonna get behind it and see what happens.
What's the name of it?
It's called panelfly.io, and it registers retailers and small publishers.
Because I got sent an email to invite to check something not too long ago to maybe like go work for them. Like it was another crowdfunding type of thing. I just can't. It's not that name. It's something else. And the idea is that they want to have product. Like you just say like they could do comics or toys or plushies or stuff like that or board games, but they'll produce the thing.
No, that's not this.
Okay.
This is your stuff and putting like a online catalog for retailers can register. The retailers, it doesn't cost anything to register, and then they can just go pick and choose between the deals that you guys are offering.
Mm-hmm.
For you, it's a $5% transaction fee when they buy a chunk of books from you, but they're buying a chunk of books from you to put on their shelf in their store. So I mean,
it depends on the percentage that they get off. My first question was, how much does the retailer get off? Because if it's 50%, if it's 50%, 5% more, it comes 55%.
You put
ouch.
your deal out there, what you're offering them. If they want to get on, they get on, right? It's like, so you don't take away from your profit margin, but you try to give them some too. I mean, yeah,
but it's like my local shop. It's like 30%, right?
I mean, it's what you offer them. They get to pick and choose whether or not they want to get on board with it. Some people, if they go out there and they're trying to like get retail price from a retailer, they're probably not going to buy your stuff.
What's up, Josh?
What's up, Josh? But yeah, let's get away from that because that's something you and I can talk about any other time, or you can watch the update and see dude himself.
Yeah, it's part of some issues that we can have. You know what I mean? I'm just saying.
That's what I mean. It's like I know we're talking about I want to get into your comic and your future thing that you got right around the corner too, because I love that.
Technically, I have 3 books like lined up. Like that's one of the things I did. Like you guys, I'll reiterate for some people. I ran into an issue, and it was the first time I was really delayed on a book. It was with Nadverse 2, right? Something happened with my colorist. I had to take over. It delayed my book, right? I had to move. There was a whole bunch of stuff, right? So the book was delayed. It came out. Instead of being 80-page, everybody got a 120-page book.
Yeah, I got the book. The book. It was delayed, but I got the book. Right?
I made up for it.
and that's one thing I want to say before we even get into anything else. Stay out of my grotto. You know what I'm talking about.
And my books are really, really high quality. Like I really go out of my way. Like it's really premium edition type of books, like the stock, the cover stock, everything. It's also like not perfect bound. It's German bound. So the difference is it's when you do just the perfect bound, it's you cut and then you glue. And this is when you open and you hear the sometimes and all that. Sometimes pages can fall out. No, me, I pay for German bind. So German bind is it's cut a little bit, then it's folded, then it's sewed, then it's glued. It's glued.
Oh, wow.
So you get a really, really, really like nice border, and it's solid as hell. And you can literally just hold on. I'm sure it's a good page. You can really just, hey, what's up?
Oh, wow. Impressive.
So I don't cheap out on my printing on my books.
No.
And so far, you have.
I knew you was gonna have. I knew you were gonna have stuff handy, so I didn't try to dig mine out. But
You have Blood Hunt #1, the original cover. Right. This is the premium edition. You can also get it on Amazon, but that's not the same quality, right?
Right.
It has its own little cover. Then you have Nadverse 1.
Yes.
Which reprints the first 3 stories I did between 2012 2015, and then 2 new stories. And that's also available on the InkslayerEntertainment.com, and that's the setup for my universe. It's called Nadverse, but it's really called Nadverse so that you know that it's all in the same universe. So you get like 5 different stories in a book, but you get some stories of Nat, some story of other characters. Like in this one, you have a story of Rose, the space pirate, and Queen Elrica. And one of the things that I always thought was funny is when I started coming out with Nat, everybody loved Nat, right? Everybody's like, Nat's so fucking cool. Then I introduced Rose, everybody's like, dude, that's fucking, it's awesome. Then I introduced her, and everybody loves her too. And the same thing happened with the second one. Now everybody's favorite character is Luani.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But this one, it's an 80 pager, right? Same thing, high quality paper. Like I'll show you like some pages in there. Like,
Oh, you can see it. It looks amazing.
see,
Oh, yeah.
thick paper, very high quality colors. They come bright as hell. Like my printer is local, and he's awesome. It comes out exactly like my screen, and it looks awesome.
You hear that, everybody? Local printer. It doesn't matter where you're at, what country you're in. Use a local printer. You save on shipping. You get to see the product right there in front of you. It's like, come on, it's just smart.
And I broke the first book down in 2 for Amazon. So you have Nat the Merc 0. These are the first old stories that were remastered, and then you have the 2 new stories in its own little issue called Nat the Merc #1. And like I said, it's their own quality. It's a bit like you can see, it's not as glossy. It's a bit grainy. It's not the same high quality, but it's still the same story though. So.
Mm-hmm.
And this was the last one.
Oh, yeah. That was the last one. Now,
And you
go
look
ahead,
at the
Steve.
thickness of this.
Tell everybody who Pop's favorite 2 characters are in your universe. Go ahead.
Your 2 favorite characters. I know it's Luani.
Mhm, that's
I'm not
one.
sure. I'm not sure who's the second one. I know Luani
Come
was
on,
the stay
man.
out of my grotto one all the time. It's the
That's
joke.
the guy-
The joke
yeah.
comes from Luani. Like she
Yeah.
was under the waterfall, and I put like Sim to hide her ass like
Uh-huh.
a bit. And he's like, "Stay out of my grotto, Sam."
Get out of my grotto. That's where my girl and me hang
So
out.
I'm guessing maybe Queen Elrica,
No, come on, man.
Zed. No, you like Zed.
Zed, bro. Zed.
Zed is the orange hair little fella that's technically a mix of Alf and Garfield in my eye.
Alf and Garfield. I love that.
Yes.
Yeah, like that in my mind. That's what it was. Like I came up with like I really like Alf, right? And Alf always makes a cameo. You'll always find Alf in one story in the Nadverse, like in any of those books. Like that'd be like Luani, Rose, or something. And at least in one of the Nadverse book, you're gonna find Alf at least once.
Yep.
There's cameos of characters like that in all my books, but Alf, it's like it's something in my head. I'm hiding Alf in one book every fucking time.
And
That's
Alf was, look, I loved Alf. And I don't know if you guys remember. I know Sim does. The way they ended that series was dark as fuck.
I know. I never saw
Did
that.
you watch the movie?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I mean, the way they ended the series was just dark, man. It was like, oh, it was
Yeah, it
over.
was.
But it was like, what the fuck?
I missed it when I was a kid. I watched it as an adult, and I was like, "How did Alf end?" And I was like, "I went and watched the last episode. It was a bad day."
Yeah.
Like,
Ooh.
But you can see, same high
Yeah.
quality of freaking color and everything. And I'll show you why everybody likes Luwani so much.
Artistic style is amazing.
Luwani's a
Look
hot
at this.
dude. Look, Luwani's a hottie. That's all.
You get to meet some of the bad guys that's going to be coming in the next books. Little setup there. Everybody liked that shot. I like it too. I worked a whole bunch on it.
Oh wow.
But here's Luwani, and I think you'll understand why people like her so much.
Oh, she looks badass.
And she, you know that little armor on the side there. That's part of her motorcycle. So she has a motorcycle that can make a full body armor, and some big ass weapons. So here's a little sample of what she looks like when that happens.
Oh, that's fun.
So see, and it's part of the animation. If you go on my YouTube or something, or you find a promo video, you're gonna see it animated. So you see the bike going up a wall, breaks to pieces, becomes a full body armor, and then she just starts kicking ass. She's a synthetic being, and part of the story is she was made to be the body replacement of the Rose, the pink-haired one. She was dying of cancer. Her father broke the rules of the Federation so they could give her a replacement body. But they found out, so they had to, run. Allied themselves with pirates, and they killed her dad, stole the body, left her for dead, and now she finds out that the body is now sentient. And yeah. They first meet in the 40-something page story here called Planet 69, and I'll show you when to do. Here's Rose when she comes in. And she's like a big, if you know anything about anime, she's like my homage to Captain Harlock, but as a fucking babe.
Yep.
She comes in boom, and then she adopts Luwani as her little sister.
Yeah, and Luwani's you know how Kurt's got that green chick that he's always hitting on? The green hair just instantly puts me in Kirk mode. It's like, oh man. Dun, 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 dun.
So these were my books. These were my first books. Not started in 20. I created them in 29 when I was in college. When I went back to college, it was started working on it. But the first story came out in 2012. The first story I wrote was Planet 69. It never came out until last year. Which is the story I just showed you there. I went back to the original story that I had, and I reworked it to make it not modernize it per se, but make it updated to what I've done and trying to make it
fit in with what you've written since.
What I've already done since, and then I've learned a lot more in storytelling ever since, because I went to college and university studying in movies and stuff for special effects, 3D animation, and in those classes, but you learn script writing, lighting, pictures, settings, designs, and all that stuff. So I've learned so much out of it. But the worst thing is I'm going there to work in movies, special effects, and stuff like that. And I walked out of there and I don't want to do this. I just want to go back to comics.
I had that same experience. That's what my degree is in, and I'm a hobbyist comic maker. Yeah. But it's just I don't want to have to hire a bunch of people and direct them. I just want to.
That's the thing is I Luke, don't get me wrong. I've learned so much in that course, right? But I don't want to go work in movies. I don't know why. If it would be directing it, but even there, I'd just rather be able to sit in my little corner, create my universe. I'm not limited by budget. Not limited by anything, and I just do whatever I fucking want.
That's the dream.
And I bought myself my 3D printers now. I can do my own toys, which is one of the things that's fun on the new campaign. If we reach the 10K Canadian, all the people that back the double issue, the double 2 book tiers, they'll get a free 3D printed keychain of the Hell gun that she has on her arm. It allows me to do that because I'm a 3D artist, right? And I can 3D print my own stuff.
Yep.
And I'm the one that printed the gorilla for Brian too, which they came out pretty freaking awesome. The Sysgun gorilla figurine that he had. That's one of the things I'm starting to do.
3D printing, the whole realm of what it can do for independent creators.
Yeah, but you have to be careful. You shop what you want. If you take the plastic filament one, they leave lines that you need to sand and stuff like that. And sometimes it's harder to get very fine details, right? But they're perfect to do their own stuff. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But if you want like minis and figurines that are highly detailed, you want to go with resin printing, which is what I have. You know, the one that's in the liquid vat and it just come out.
Oh,
Right.
cool.
Yeah.
Heck yeah. What are the campaigns that you got going on currently?
Right now, I have Hellzone on Indiegogo and Kickstarter. On Indiegogo, we're now in demand with 5,356 with 36 backers.
Oh,
And on Hellzone, we're at 1,025 with 10 backers. You know, I'm fully aware that usually I launch my campaigns around end of May. And usually, you know, they do pretty well pretty fast. But this one, I launched it in January. I wanted to test something. And I had a lot of emails going, dude, I'm broke. And I'm like, I tried, but you know, you don't learn without trying things. And like I was trying is the thing that I tried to do when my book was delayed, that I invested time and money to get some books done ahead of time, like to get a lot of work done ahead of time, because people, I listen to people all the time, right? And people are fed up, not fed up, but they'd like to have more issues, more books coming, not wait more than a year or more or something. And I'm like,
they
you know
want
what?
you guys to be ahead of the game.
I've had 3 books out, so I'm gonna try and be a bit more ahead of the game stuff. Coming in with 5 pages, I came in and I had like I think like 42 pages done on Hellzone, a bit more, right? So now I'm like almost 80 pages done on the next book called Blood Hunt 2, and I already have 40 something pages done on the next Natverse book, and 20 of them already colored.
Nice.
So I'm really trying to get like a little head start, and the more help and support I get, the more I can continue doing it. Because it's all about the flow. Like I'm also paying my little one. Like I bought her a little tablet like mine, so she can do colors and stuff. So the first training was getting her to work on, you know, a colorized version of the first Blood Hunt. But you know, slow and steady. It's her first work.
Oh, you sound like a proud father when you're talking about it. So you don't have to
am.
be humble now.
No, dude, there is a certain thing about like one of your kids, like, you know, following in your footsteps type of thing, you know.
Yeah.
And you know, as you know, like, she's not my daughter, but she's like my daughter, and it's freaking insane. Like I've raised her for like almost 12 years. You know what I mean? Like, it's our kid. You know, it's like it's me and my best friend, my bro, and we both have kids. I have 2 boys. They have 2 girls. They call themselves brothers and sisters, but they're all our kids. You know what I mean?
Right.
So they call me Mr. Mom. They're my daughters. That's all they are, and you know, I'm just freaking proud of them. And the fact that, you know, one of them wants to work with me too. She does like to stream with me and doodle and chill, and I'm like, yeah, I'm a proud little dad. Yes, I am.
Yeah. It's like,
but it's a fun thing to, like, you know, right now Hellzone will be her first book that she worked on that's coming out. Even though she started working on Blood Hunt because it was her trial by fire type of thing. Here's Blood Hunt. It's already out, right? There's no rush date. Like right now, like everybody wants Blood Hunt in black and white for the sequel to go with the first one. So I'm in no rush. I just put her on it. I'm like, learn. You got a question? I'm here. Push yourself. Try to do it. Actually, you know. And she's doing a great job.
Yeah, she's killing it. You got this. Yeah, you're all killing it. You know what's up. So let's do a little dive into the campaign, bro.
So let's do this. Hold on. Present, share screen. Let's start by I'll share the entire screen on this one with some audio. And bingo. There you go. So, like I was saying, Indiegogo or Kickstarter, you pick your poison. Okay, I know some people prefer one or the other. Some people just don't give a damn, right? And me, I'm tired of all the people fighting, picking this, and you know. So I listened to Billy Tucci that told me like in 2022 with Natverse 3, goes, dude, you need to try go back on Kickstarter and try it then again. I did it. I made like 2,000 something. I'm like, you know what? I know I made some new followers, and we all know that that's the key, right?
Yeah.
So I'm like, I'll try it again. So what I do is I do my Indiegogo first, trying to gauge how much I get and how fast I get, so I can know how much I'll ask on the Kickstarter. So Indiegogo has its own exclusive cover, and the exclusive cover on Indiegogo is that one here, which is the original concept art that I did. The first drawing of the two characters, right? It was inked by Scotsman, and it was colored by me. Pencil by me, colored by me, inked by Scotsman.
Just
And that was done in 2021. And as you can see, there's a little something. If you know anything about heavy metal, there was a model there and an actress called Judy Strain. And she was Fact 2. If you remember the second animated movie of heavy metal, she was Fact 2. She was one of the main cover models for Bisley, Juanimitas, and all stuff like that. She's on a lot of covers of heavy metal. But she passed away in 2021 of brain disease that she has from an accident. And for some reason, when I started working on this, I wanted to kind of homage her. So the hair, the style, the face,
Right.
it's a bit inspired by her. And it's very flattering on the first concept art. And you know, she was 6'1", so you can understand why she's towering over that little priest monk there.
yeah.
And the reason why I say priest monk is somebody asked me why I wrote priest monk instead of monk priest, because he's not a monk priest, he's a priest and a monk. Just it's to make you understand that there's a mix of religion here. Get it? So he's all dressed in black with the white little thing, but he has the hair of a monk. So that's, and when you see the crest for his religion, it's a cross, right? But like a yin yang, so it's flip. Like one half of it is flip. You'll see it. She has it on her tattoo as well. So this is the Indiegogo, and this is the exclusive cover for Indiegogo. And as you can see, we're at 5,356. Why it matters? Because they get both amounts add up to unlock the stretch goals. The stretch goals are here. I'm just gonna skim through that one because I'll take more time on the Kickstarter. And here are the stretch goals. 7,500. That's with both campaigns, by the way. It's not just one.
Right.
So we unlock the collector's edition card that's gonna be signed by me. And
Think
that's
we
in
picked
Canadian.
that. Oh no, where we picked that.
And 10,000 Canadian unlocks, like what I was telling you before, a 3D printed Hellgun mini keychain. So it's going to be like, you know, not too big, just enough for you to put a little rope and put it on your keychain.
Cool.
Because, you know, chains and stuff, it's limited to places. I'm going to send you the toy, the little print, and, you know,
Right.
you can just do your own little cord. But that's the thing. And you have the 9-page preview, but then we're going to switch to Kickstarter before this one. Poof. So here's Kickstarter. You still have, I think, a day or two or the second, so you have till tomorrow to take advantage of the early bird tiers. So I have some early bird tiers, which is like a little discounted, 5 to 10. Some even one, I think it's like almost $10. I think it's between 5 to $10, and depending on what. But you get discounts on some tiers. So you have a duo, like the duo tier of the sexy thing. It's on. You have an early bird tier. You have the big bundles have an early bird tier, and you have the regular cover with the print, which is the concept art with no logo, right? All signed. It has an early bird tier, but you have till tomorrow, tonight or tomorrow to get it. I think I put it at the end of the 3rd. So you have at least till tomorrow to get the early bird tier. So save about $5 to $10 depending on which one you choose. But after that, it falls out to regular pricing. So, as you can see, we just got funded yesterday on my 49th birthday.
Young pup, you.
I know I don't look it, but I'm 49.
You young pup, you.
So this is the. Thank you. This is the cover that I made. This is technically the regular cover. That's just going to be like the after campaign cover, the one I'm going to print a few more, right? So you can get it there. It was not available on Indiegogo for the moment. You have the Preston Acevedo cover, which was penciled by Preston, but colors by me.
Nice.
And I think I did a good job.
That's amazing.
You have my Buns of Steel cover. Yes, I called it Buns of Steel. And you know, it's pretty obvious why, right?
Yeah.
No explanation.
So this is solid glutes. What? It's solid glutes.
So this is a limited variant cover. So it's available on both campaigns, right? As you can see, you see the nice tattoo that she has there on the side. And this is the Kickstarter special because Kickstarter like to have their very sexy nipples out type of cover, so I decided to make one just for them.
Yep.
So this is the Kickstarter exclusive. It's censored, and Bob's gonna say it. Come on, say it.
Say what?
You're supposed to say "Stay out of my grotto" because I'm doing the same thing right there.
Oh, but that's not our girl. That's not my girl. That's somebody else needs to claim that one. I'm good with my green hair. I'm good with my green hair.
I could definitely say I need a motorcycle gun in my life. I mean, I didn't even know I needed that until today. So,
I love my character, Luani.
Yeah.
She's gonna.
I don't want to choose a character until I read the whole story, though.
You have the original art of that cover available there too, pencil and inks.
The reason it's Liani obviously is because she's just hot, right? But
it's also how she is.
The reason it's Zed is because I can relate to Zed.
He's the weed smoker.
He's my dude, right?
He's the pothead best friend of Nat. Yeah.
Yeah.
He's a mechanic. He can, so.
Yeah, I mean, he's Nat's tech guy, but he's hot.
Yeah.
That's why I like him.
So this
is
the
functioning pothead. He's a functioning pothead. That's what.
High functioning pothead. So this is the art print, and my art prints are not just little flimsy little paper prints. It's cardstock. So it's like a big card. It's comic book size. So when you get them, they're in the back of your trade. It's something I came up with a while back on my first campaign, because people were wondering, how am I gonna fold those posters? I'm like, you don't. You print them on cardstock, put them in the back thing. People can just keep them with their books in the back of their bag and board, and everybody's doing it now. So you have those are cardstock. So it's a collector's edition, and I signed them in the back.
That's quite brilliant. Quite brilliant.
Then you have the stretch goals there that we already been through on the Indiegogo. Right. And like I said, they add up. So right now, we add the 5,300 to the thing, and I put the total here. So Indiegogo 356 plus 1,025 on Kickstarter. We're at 6,381, and that means we're only $1,119 away from the first stretch goal, and that's in Canadian money, by the way.
Yeah, so we have no idea how much that is. Look, I do want to say that today North America is completely represented because Jonathan is in Mexico and Simon is in
Canada
and I'm in the USA. So,
and my best friend and bro is Mexican, by the way.
Yeah, I mean, so cheers, people.
And as you can see, so is my girl.
Here you go. See?
And here are the first 9 pages of the book. At first, there was a link that would bring you to God damn it, I have a blank. God damn it. Global Comics. Sorry. Indie Comics was stuck in my head. So on Global Comics, you can read the first 23 pages, but I removed some pages because I'm re-editing a few things, right? So right now, I think there's like 13 pages there. If you click on the link for Global Comics right here. But here you have the first 9 pages. It was not the final lettering. I'm still going to have somebody going over doing some special effects and stuff after I'm done, because I do the first pass of lettering. And then I pass it to my bro who does the little, effects and onomatopoeias, right? So I do all the placement. So you can read the first pages. It's not erotica, but there's always a little scene of nipples in my sci-fi or whatever horror. I think, everybody gets used to, if there's a horror movie, you see nipples for some reason. Yeah. You start, even Starship Troopers, there's no big nudity, but, sometimes you see nipples. It just happens, to me. And the fact that, read French comics, read manga, to me, butts and nipples, it's not the end of the world. It's, it's when you start showing the other parts and sexual content, that's becoming an issue. But yeah. But I had to censor them for this. So you get the first story.
First time last summer, and I didn't realize how much I needed that movie.
They were supposed to make a remake of that movie with Sydney Sweeney.
Oh, please. Please.
So here you see Hannah covering up. getting ready to go on, visit that little ship you saw there, a ship that just appeared out of nowhere, with a little distress signal. So they're going to investigate their salvage team. So she gets ready. They're going to teleport her, and this happens. All our crew dies, explode. Bye bye.
Oh, that's a rough
Yeah.
day.
That's harsh.
Oh no, it's not bigger. There you go. So everybody just dies. There's you could say a distortion, a malfunction. Everybody explodes to pieces except her. And if you pay attention, you see her little tattoo on the side lighting up a little bit. But you won't see that, but you'll see it if you go on Global Comics because it's bigger, right? That's why I put that link. Because you can go on Global Comics and read it as a web comic, and it's bigger than what you see in there. That's why I did the Global Comics thing. And then she was just there. What the fuck? And as you can see, you see you see something rising up from the mist and the blood in the back. So she's gonna find out that she's in a ship filled with demons and stuff, and yeah. So the premise is quite simple.
That's a really fun premise.
The elevator pitch is
demons in my spaceship.
So elevator pitch is quite simple. It starts with a mysterious ship, a district signal, savage team, demons. Welcome to Hell Zone. So you follow the adventure of Hannah, a highly trained combat medic, member of a salvage team who can kick ass as well as save lives. Join her as she faces a ship infested by blood fiends and demons with a hell gun fueled by her blood attached to her arm, and the help of Oren, a priest monk. So you find when you start with the story, you find out that she's also the daughter of two how do you call it, dominant or highly ranked military officers. Her mom was a space captain, and her dad was a major team leader of a special force Black Ops force team for the Federation, for the Space Force. And she just decides to follow in their footsteps, but she always had a penchant for the medical, so she's become a combat medic. Well, this is the premise of Hellzone. So the idea came up for, it's not just me. It was one of my friends that came up to me with technically the teleportation goes, there's a ship, and when they go on it, everybody dies except her. Like, what happens before? I don't know. Why did that happen? I don't know. What happens after? I don't know. That's why I want you to come on board and help me write the thing. And I just like that idea. I'm like, okay, it works. He goes, I want her to be a medic. I'm like, okay, so let's make that work. So I wrote the thing, right? He was supposed to help me with the dialogues. We worked on it a little bit, right? But then it got shelved for over a year. I was done with the first 42 pages in 2023. So it was shelved. And then after that, when he was supposed to launch we were thinking of launching the campaign. He goes, Sim, I'm out of it. It's all yours. I just want to do, he went through a rough patch in his life, and he's getting better. And he found a new wife, a new girlfriend, and he's just, you know what? It's yours. So I delayed Blood Hunt 2 to launch this one because it was done before. Like, you don't want to do, launch your newer material than an older one. That makes sense?
Yeah.
So I wanted to launch this one because when you look at Blood Hunt, you'll understand what I mean. Like, every time I do a book, I learn and I think I evolve. Like, it's one of the things that I see. It's like you see clearly. There's a moment like in when you draw, when you work on things, even when you're writing, something happens where it's just like your eyes are open to something. That's how it feels like. Oh, that's how I need to think. I could do better. But you have to learn to just go finish, not perfect. You learn something new. Yeah, don't go change it. Pass it. Do it better the next time. Because otherwise, you're never that your projects never come out, and you delay. So do it out. Learn. Get criticism, and do take criticism. People, don't be butthurt, and just get better. That's the entire premise. You get better.
That's amazing.
And as you can see here, it says violence, explicit language, dark humor, partial nudity. So mature. So technically, when people ask me, can my kid read it? Do you let your kid watch horror movies? they go yes, then they can.
Yeah.
Technically, because I see it like depending on where you are in the world, right? It could be considered 13 plus, 16 plus. It all depends. It all depends on what you let your kid watch. If you watch horror and you don't mind him seeing little, boobs or butts or gore, then there's no problem because there's no sexual. It's not pornographic. It's not erotica. It's just like Starship Trooper. You see them in a shower. You see boobs and butts. They hide the rest though.
Yeah.
But that's what I grew up with 70s, 80s, 90s sci-fi movies. I grew up reading heavy metal magazine. I read French comics, manga since I've been a kid. Like that's the thing. The best part about the fact that I'm in Quebec, French Canada, right?
Yeah.
Where we have access to everything from America, France, and Japanese because the France. Since France has a big culture about comics, because they're the first one to acknowledge comic books as the ninth art. So it's not just for kids; it's considered the ninth art. It's up there with the like architectural painting and stuff like that. It's considered like a top art. It's the ninth art. So they've been having mangas in French and anime since the 70s.
Way.
So the fact that I'm in French Quebec, I've had access to all this shit way before that manga came to the West, you could say. So I grew up watching like Captain Harlock, Grandizer, all that stuff way before you guys even got it. Like I was a baby, I was a wee kid, and I was watching that in the 70s. You know what I mean? I was born in 76, so I grew up watching that stuff.
Right.
G-Force and stuff. So to me, it played a really big part of my life. And the fact that I'm big into animation, I'm also an animator. So, like when people tell me where is my style coming, goes, you could take like French comic, American comics, manga, and put a dash of animation in it.
Mm-hmm.
You
have
that's
a lot
what I
of
do.
influences because I guess we're about the same age, and I grew up in the 80s and 90s, and to me, and we were talking earlier, the only project I'd be interested in doing anymore is B movies. And I know it's weird, but it's like that's what I enjoyed growing up.
But the best movies are there, and I had an argument the other day, like somebody was arguing with me that Terminator is not a B movie. This is not a B movie. I'm like, dude, they are. He goes, no, they're not. Yes, they are. They were when they came out. They're not for you anymore, but they were when they come out. They were all considered B movies. Like they were small budget movies that made it big. Like, but you don't acknowledge it that way, but that's what they were. So to us, B movies were the shit. Okay, Star Wars when it came out, was a B movie.
Oh yeah,
it was experimental, considered a B movie. The fact that it became a freaking huge blockbuster, it's all because it's fucking good. It came after.
So true.
Like if it would have not, it would have still been just a B movie like the rest of the goddamn thing. The only thing, goddamn, it was good. And the fact that he was lucky because he got the Jodorowsky's Dune team to work on this goddamn thing. Because if anybody knows about the thing, Jodorowsky is one of my favorite French writers, and he's the one that's behind the Inkle and the Meta Baron, two of my favorite fucking French comic books ever. Okay, like, because me, I separate all of them, right? I have my Bible, I have my comic book Bibles from the French, from the Americans, and from the anime.
Are you telling me Jodorowsky did comic books?
Jodorowsky? Of course he did. He did the best goddamn comic books ever. Dude, he was supposed to do the Dune movie, right? So everything he created and worked on for Dune turned it into the Inkle and Meta Baron. So, guy, do yourself a fucking favor, okay, and go get the Inkle and Meta Baron the first cycle. Please, you will thank me. You will send me a message. Like most of my friends that I've said this, they send me a fucking private message. Motherfucker, this is fucking good. Thank you. It changed their life. I'm telling you. Inkle, the artist is Mobius. And the second one it's with Juan Jimenez. It's fucking insane. And there's an entire universe of this. And I'm not kidding. It's fucking insane. Inkle was part of the inspiration for The Fifth Element.
Okay.
And the Meta Baron, it's imagine the biggest mercenary ever. Okay, but he's only allowed to have one kid, and the one kid is raised, has to sacrifice one of his body parts to a cybernetic element, and then has to defeat and kill his dad to become the next Meta Baron. It's fucked up, and it's freaking insane. So do yourself a favor.
In history for sure, though.
do yourself a favor, check those 2 books out. I'm pretty sure you can. They always a new edition. Like I have a few different editions. They're like that's how much I love it. Okay, and you could go find them on Amazon. There's always a new edition that's not too expensive. There should be like between 30 to $60 max, but they're big. So get yourself Inkle and Meta Baron, those 2, and you will thank me after. Trust me.
All right, I'm definitely gonna check that out.
But Jodorowsky did the Dune thing, and then it was abandoned. And all the team went to freaking Star Wars, and they went to create Alien, which is O'Bannon was part of that team. He went into depression for a while, then he came back and created Alien, and he made 2 other movies that are part of my freaking cult favorites. I love Aliens. I love Return of the Living Dead, one of my top favorite fucking zombie movies ever. And yeah, I don't know why. It might be because she's cute and naked and there all the time, but Life Force is fucking insane. If you haven't seen Life Force, check it out. Yeah. It's fucked up. Space vampires that feed off your life energy. And it's written by O'Bannon, and it's produced by the guy that did the Chainsaw Massacre. It was a big budget movie from back then. It was a flop. It became a really big cult movie. But the thing is, that girl Marisa Tomei, I forgot her name. Something Tomei. Anyways, I think I had the wrong one. But anyways, the actress is almost naked the entire thing. Goddamn, she's fucking cute. But the movie's insane. Like it's really fucking insane. Patrick Stewart's in it.
Right.
Yeah, check it out. But I'm a big fan of all of those, and Star Wars was a B movie. I would wish we would have seen the Jodorowsky's Dune thing because they look insane. I got the Bible, like the digital version of the big book that they had. Dude, all the storyboard was drawn in color by Mobius. It was insane.
I remember looking.
H.R. Giger.
Blown away. Dune's my favorite franchise. Period. Like I love the books. I honestly haven't seen the newest movie, but I just love the story itself. So I kind of am a fan. I prefer the comics that I've read over the movies.
Mm-hmm.
I forgot
the Fincher movie, and like my bro, like Dave, my bro he's like him too. It's his favorite franchise. He loves fucking Dune.
Yeah.
He did not like the Fincher movie because he goes like, there's certain thing of it I like, but the ending is fucking stupid with the hum gun. Like I'm like, yeah, I know. The voice gun that they do at the end of the Fincher movie
without telling people the reason why.
Yeah, it makes no sense.
It's really a spiritual concept that is being.
He just yelled about it. It's fucking stupid.
Frequency and vibration, like are in everything, in the universe, and they could change frequency and vibration. It was a part of like the psychic spiritual talent they
but
had.
The voice is the fact that the voice is supposed to be like you can use it to make you do what he wants, not like it's weird. It's not channeled into a fucking gun. Anyways, he was also telling me that he really likes the new version that he's seen because of Duncan is cool, how they've done the Duncan story, right?
Yeah,
there's certain aspect that they changed that he doesn't like, but he loves the world and the universe and stuff like that. He goes, dude, he got that on point. I'm like, yeah. I watched the first one. I haven't watched the second one, but he doesn't like what they did with his wife. Forgot her name. Like they changed a few things to like I don't know what they call it anymore.
I haven't seen it. It's definitely on my list of things to watch soon. But
but visually it's stunning. I just don't like that the Arcanian, I think it's called. They're not as gruesome as the Fincher one. Because it seems to me that Fincher got the Arcanian more on point, while the other one tried to clean them up too much.
Mm-hmm.
Like I know that he has those little slave boys that if he gets disappointed, just pulls a plug and they empty of their blood. He's borderline pedo. He's a fucking monster. He's disgusting. But they clean them up in the new movies. Because not only is he disgusting, he's supposed to be brilliant. So one of the points that the first one got his like what he is, like his look or something like that, better. But they made him a fucking bubbling idiot. While the second one, he is like the borderline genius, like the smart motherfucker that he is in the novels. But they cleaned him up too much that he's not that much of a monster in a way.
Yeah.
Uh,
It's just a hard story to do. And again, that's why I like the comics more, because certain stories are easier to tell through art than actors. I mean, there's so many complex, philosophical ideas being represented. It's hard to do that on a stage as it is with drawing and creativity.
mm-hmm. Like Argo says in the chat, he goes, "Yeah, they probably need a universal age rating system for comics. Easy enough to see this one is not for little kids." The thing is, I think we already had one, except that they're trying to make it different from the movies and the comic books. I think we should just rely to the movies. To
Yeah,
be quite honest, because when you just put mature instead of an age rate, it just says parental guidance. Like guys, watch it. Depends on what you let your kid watch. Like,
yes.
to me, it's like it's more precise, the movie one, than the comic than the ones we had in comics for a while.
Yeah.
Right? Because sometimes they don't know what they're doing. Let's just be frank. And I grew up in a generation that you could see boobs in a general movie.
Yeah.
It was a general audience movie, and you can still see boobs, dude. You see boobs in Star Wars. And it's not in your face, but dude, if you remember. When you're in the Jabba's palace in the third one,
Yeah.
when she's dancing, you see her boobs. You see boobs through the freaking cloth, right? And you have the dancer that's moving around. You see her boobs too, but it's not straight in your face, as in that. And then it's one of the things I try to do. When I do my stories, it's like in Lawani, right? There's one story where she's naked, but she was sitting like I don't want to spoil it. I don't want to spoil that one. There you go. Another scene. She takes a shower after her fucking job. So instead of going out of my way to just hide everything, she's in the goddamn shower. Am I hiding the guy's nipples when I'm doing a shower scene with the guy? No.
Yeah.
So why would I do the same thing? Now, are you gonna see her private, like the actual junk? With the guy's junk? Nope. You might see in a silhouette, but I'm not showing.
That would be a different
Exactly.
different comic.
And he goes, yeah, that cover has a Simon Bisley vibe. Looks great. Yeah, that's the Preston Acevedo one. He does have a Bisley, like people mistake it as art for Bisley. He does have a very big Bisley style.
Yeah, it's very impressive.
And here's my Buns of Steel. I really like this one.
There's nothing wrong with Leg Day,
There's one of my big backers on Kickstarter that sent me a message. She goes, can you exchange? Like I did an add-on. I paid for an add-on, like a cover I already had, but can you just send me a big poster of that Buns of Steel? Like, fair enough. I'll get you a poster printed. Like, come on. She went back and paid for an extra book to have a poster. I'm gonna send her a poster.
Awesome.
She got me over my for my birthday for this. I'm like, okay, yeah, it's done. You're getting a poster. She really likes the Buns of Steel. It's gonna go on my wall.
And how much longer do you have on this campaign?
This one should be ending in 2 weeks. Like it's I think the end date is May 18.
So we've got 2 weeks, guys. 2 weeks to get Hellzone.
Another thing I want to mention, like I do in most of my campaigns, the first 100 backers of a physical copy of the book gets a free sketch card. So it's technically like getting free shipping, because sketch cards are worth at least $25 US.
Okay.
So you get a free sketch card. And another thing that's on the campaign, on both of them, is there's a 22-page preview of Blood Hunt number 2. So it's a Nash can. It's a smaller size. It's like a manga size thing. It's a Nash can. It has a cardstock cover, like I did with the previous one. It's a bit expensive. Like when people go, why is it like $20 US? It's not that expensive when you keep in consideration that one, it's limited, numbered, and it comes with a sketch in it. So in the interior back cover, there's a sketch. So it's kind of like buying a sketch card, but you get a comic with it.
That is kind of cool.
So it's limited, Like the last time I did one was for the on the Natverse thing. I only printed 100. I numbered the first ones and send them and did the sketch and signed them. It's hand numbered and I send them to you guys. And I only number the ones that people back. The ones after they're not numbered. So this is the little extra little goodie that's on it. It's a little ashcan. It's a little thing I put there, and you get it because I know people like sketch card. They like original art, so you get everything in one. And you can get all my previous books as add-ons and on the inkslayerintertainment.com. All the links are there.
Heck yeah. Well, I'm loving the Natverse. So this new character that's going to be in Hellzone is going to be introduced into the Natverse.
Nope. Hellzone, it's its own little thing. It's a one-shot.
It's its own world.
Yep, like I said, it's because it came from one of my friend that pitched me, that started with me. So that's its own little thing. It's a one-shot. I did have an idea for a possible sequel, but there's no plan to do it. You know what I mean? Unless it would have done like 25K or something, like then I would have done it.
Yeah.
But right now it's a one shot. It's what it is. It's like imagine a movie type of thing. It's 78 pages of bloody mayhem. Then after that I'm going back to my to my stuff. So I'm going back to Blood Hunt. I'm going back to the Natverse. The Natverse is going to be another big page. So the Natverse is going to be huge as hell. There's I know you haven't read it yet, so I'm not going to give you spoilers. But there's a big shark character that comes in the first book. Okay. And he's gonna come. He comes back in the Ashcan, and you see him in the next book, and there's like a 20-page fight.
Oh wow!
I'm not fucking around. There's a like 20-page fight with that shark.
Heck yeah!
Yeah, and you see what happened when they met when he was a kid. Then you see him later, and they have it on like him growing up, fighting the shark, and it's 20 page of freaking fight.
That's one thing I appreciate about manga over mainstream comics. Mainstream comics, one in particular that I felt like these fights could have been like every fight could have been a 4-issue miniseries. You know what I'm saying? But they're like they go through. But Age of Apocalypse, I remember when I was reading that, I was just like, they go through this whole war in like 3 pages, and I was like, no, just do the entire comic book, the fight.
It's what I like about mangas as well. It's one of the things that I try to implement, like in this. Right, I could have told that story shorter, but this is me. Like Hellzone was me going, I'm gonna try the manga approach. So every page in there almost were drawn in one day. Okay, they were pencil, ink in one day. There's maybe a few exceptions. The latest one that I added in to add some stuff, but that was the premise of this, was trying to get this one done out fast and using the manga approach. So it's not as detailed or as work as some of other of my books, but that was the approach of it. It was trying to give you a faster, a more in-your-face type of thing. So I'm testing things, and I had fun working on this project, right?
Yeah, I can tell.
That's the approach of it. And I did the same thing. I colored the page like at least 1 or 2 pages a day. I was trying to get more of like the manga approach. So it's a colored manga, right? Mm-hmm. But when you go to Blood Hunt is something different. It's me going like, because I'm a big fan of John Carpenter, right? So it's me going more like horror, gory, and stuff like that, and I just go all out. And Natverse, it's my baby. It's that and another one that's going to be coming back soon called The Wolf Dragon. It's connected to another story that I did a while in a magazine called Demona. This is my supernatural shit. So it's the last dragon born in human form. So right now I can't wait. Like I'll get Blood Hunt done, and after that I'm going back to my baby Nat, because Nat is the ongoing shit.
So are you only on Amazon, or do you have a website as well?
I have my own website. It's right here, inkslayerintertainment.com.
inkslayerintertainment.com. Awesome. Yep.
So right there you can have all the previous book, the limited deluxe edition, the premium ones.
Is this orange guy? Is that the guy that Pops is talking about?
That's Zed.
All right, I got it. Yeah.
You have Zed, Rose the Space Pirate, which is she's like the adopted big sister of Nat in a way, right?
Yeah.
Because Nat was born from an experiment to bring back a race that's been gone missing. They had part of the DNA, so they finished it off, and they've been trying to experiment, and Nat was born from it. Bob, the robot, was an assassin, was a Federation assassin bot sent to eliminate the experiment and stop everything. But when Nat woke up as a baby, he touched him with that metal arm of his, and he got freed and reprogrammed and became his dad.
Okay, so raised by killer robots. That's a killer twist. I love
and
that.
And you have Queen Elrica in the back.
Don't fear the AI. They'll raise us one day.
So that's not a cybernetic arm. That's why I there's no joints, there's no nothing. It's a metal arm, and it's technically like a bit of like liquid metal type of thing. And it can make a claw, a sword, and stuff like that. From what he knows for the moment, right? And he can also hack technology. So let's just say he could take control of a ship by touching the computer. So that's how he freed Zed. And
so kind of a cybermancer.
Yeah, he's a technomancer. You could say he's a technomancer. Yep, that's what I use as the term, the technomancer. Yep. So that's what that is. Seven Legion. That's my friend Beacon, who also does colors for me. That's his book. But you have the first edition.
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles earlier, that new series, and I kind of love in the Seven Legions how you got that art style. It just reminds me of the old Eastman Laird style.
Mm-hmm.
I really like it.
That's my friend Beacon's book. I like it a lot, and me and Beacon, we've been friends, dude. We've been around for a long time, like, dude. We met during Gamergate, technically, right? And we got to know each other later on, but we've been friends for a really long time. And he was the first one to color my shit, and I'm like, "You're gonna be coloring my shit." He goes, "Yes, I will." And we've been friends, and we've been streaming, and we've been associate partners. He helps me fulfill. Like, we are the first one that did this, and I've been telling everybody to do so. We were the first one to do bulk shipment, to reduce shipment. So I do my books here, sign everything, prep my orders. I do boxes, send them to him, and he emails to the U.S. And I do the same for him for Canada.
Heck yeah.
So like that, we can get more backers on each side. So we don't have to charge everybody $25 U.S. shipping.
Cooperation, man. That's
so right now, I think it's $15.50. I think it depends of the variation, because right now, because of the tariff thing, the entire conversion is a wire. It goes up, down. Like, usually Canadian money's worth 86 on a dollar. Now it goes from like 70, 80, 76, 74, 72, 74, 72, 74, 73. Just can't wait for this entire fucking tariff thing to fucking stop. Like, fucking people negotiate, reach an understanding, all everybody. Yeah. Step on your fucking egos, like it should be free exchange, let's trade, motherfuckers.
Yes. Just make it easy.
Like, remember the good old days before 9/11 where, Canada and the US was just a fucking line?
Yeah.
I could just go to the US with no fucking passport, no nothing. I could go buy a house next to Pops if I wanted to. No fucking problem. And now it's like it's overseas for some fucking reason. Sorry.
Well, I mean, they're working really hard to try and make enemies of us. They're working really hard.
Okay.
It's like, we're supposed to be allies,
Yes.
There's things that we both can do for each other to make both.
Like I keep saying, we're more similar than different, and this entire thing of like some. Hold on, I'm trying to not get political, but let's just say this: the elite trying to divide people into stupid fucking thing so that we fight for the stupidest fucking reason.
Yep.
Like, I don't have to agree with what you think. I don't have to agree with everything that you believe in. You can believe in what you fucking want. You can vote red. You can vote blue. I don't give a fuck. I'm a centrist. I don't give a shit. I just want everybody to get along. Like I keep saying to people, it's like it takes every type of people to make a world. An architect needs a fucking engineer. If the engineer does a building, it's not gonna sell because it's fucking ugly as fuck. And if the architect tries to build a building without an engineer, it's gonna fall apart. Everybody needs another thing. It's like a construction guy needs the guy that designed the goddamn tools. Otherwise, he has no fucking tools.
Yeah,
that's true.
But it's true, man. It's
You
like
know, people respect the people that work in the fucking supermarket because otherwise you'd have to fucking grow your own goddamn shit. Like it's like we need to respect everybody on every fucking plane of the fucking thing because that's what makes the world go around. Like goddamn, it's not that hard to understand.
no, it really isn't. It really isn't. Look,
No.
you've known me for a long time. I'm one of the first people that went and tried to bridge a gap between Facebook and YouTube in comics, or I mean not YouTube, Twitter. With the madness, I tried to tell the people in on Facebook about the cool stuff that I was seeing on Twitter, and I was trying to tell the people on Twitter about the cool stuff I was seeing on Facebook. You know what I mean? Because they weren't showing each other stuff off. There was no.
No, because most people that ended up on Twitter doing all this shit got burned and fed up of fucking Facebook because that's where I was. And then you have like 3,000 followers, friends, and nobody sees your shit.
Yep.
They ask you to pay for people to see your shit. Then we all ended up on Twitter because it was the best place to get some interaction on your shit, right? And the problem with Facebook is then after that there was the part that we were using groups on freaking Facebook. Then they hit the groups.
Well, they took away our ability to broadcast to the groups. That's what StreamYard and Facebook got together and said, okay, you can't broadcast.
No, but meaning I used to see more things that were shared in groups. Like that's the thing. If you shared something in a group, that you had more chance of it popping on my feed than you sharing it on your wall.
Right.
Now that's done. It doesn't work anymore.
Oh, I've always just done both. I mean, I see
it's fucking insane. It's just like, hey, please use my platform. We want you to use our platform. Please don't forget about us. But nobody's gonna see your shit unless you pay. You're like,
yeah, but see,
at least Twitter goes, you want people to have more interaction, just pay the $10 fee a month, and you're like, yeah, that's better. That's better than paying advertisement all the fucking time.
I still don't pay Facebook anything, but I can say our group scroll fucking moves pretty fast, man. People are dropping stuff over there.
Yeah, but the thing is, I don't get notified from it. I used to get a notification that somebody shared something in my group, and then I don't get that anymore. Like even Liam Sharp the other day, right? He brought up something that I've also noticed. You don't get notified as much or hardly anymore when people comment on your stuff. When they comment on your post, you used to get a notification all the time. You don't anymore. It's you hardly do anymore. So usually you used to be able to interact with people.
It's just that they've got it set now where you almost have to do it individually for every freaking post. But like everything I do that I'm trying to broadcast to Facebook, I have to go to my Facebook page and click public audience because it won't go to Facebook public. I don't know why. The settings are all public on all my other shit, but my broadcast going. See, StreamYard and Facebook, they just they are definitely on the we want you to pay us, so they get with StreamYard and say dampen this, dampen that over, right? I'm hoping that EV Mux ain't going to be the same mess because that's who we're going to be streaming with next year, probably. You know what I mean? So, but I know StreamYard and Facebook get together and just dampen anything going on Facebook with that.
Dude, I know somebody was using iStream. I don't remember, but they went up like freaking StreamYard. It's $49 a month now instead of 20.
Oh, StreamYard's ridiculous. We got lucky. We got.
I moved to Rumble Studio.
I got lucky. I got a. Man, see these people.
Rumble Studio allows me to stream like for free right now. Like if I want, I can pay to have like extra little things like remove their logo, plan my thing ahead. It's $10, right, a month. But for free, you can go stream there on any platform at the same time, including YouTube, Rumble, Twitter at the same time. Mm-hmm. It's still in a beta mode type of thing. Sometimes there's still some little bugs, but dude, it's goddamn free. You can stream on everything.
Broadcast Rumble and broadcast all over from Rumble. Well,
yeah, it's called Rumble Studio. You can stream easily on Rumble, YouTube, X, everywhere. Kick. Like I had everything set up, and that's why I like with the Rumble Studio thing. And for $10, they give you a little something extra, and you can plan them. If you use the free account, you can only program them 24 hours ahead, your shows. if you pay the $10 a month, you can plan them like longer, so like a week or two or something. So it's just $10 a month to have like the what they call the Pro Edition type of thing, which I'm probably gonna sign up eventually. But I've been testing it, and that's what I've been using to stream lately because the other ones all getting freaking insane, like 50
Well,
bucks a month.
no, see, StreamYard got crazy.
No,
Okay.
the other one too. It's called something Restream.
Yeah, for
Restream.
them too. I don't get. Look, listen to what I'm saying. This is what we actually went through. Okay, last year when StreamYard said they were going to up the price, I went looking for a Black Friday deal, and I got us our same StreamYard deal for like $500, not the $849 or whatever the hell they were
Mhm.
trying to get, right? And then we also went and checked out EB Mux, and we have a couple of shows that come out of the EB Mux streaming studios, right? So we're testing them, and so far they seem to be better than StreamYard. You get 9 destinations you can broadcast to instead of 8. There's just different little things, like they made it a little bit better, but it's way freaking cheaper, dude. Way cheaper, and you get the whole pro thing. You don't just get the free version. You get,
20.
you know,
It says here free.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've checked this one before. It's called basic. It's $20 a month. So it's like
Uh,
$5 less than StreamYard used to be. That's the basic, and then you have $39 a month for pro.
but
Oh
if you
yeah.
buy it
So
for a
you know
year,
what?
but if you
I'll
buy
say
it for a
I'll
year,
say
you get a discount. You see, so
no, that is the annually one.
but we have
If
both.
I go if I go just monthly right now, I'm on EV Mux. It says $25 a month, $49 a month for the pro. If I go annually, you save, so you go to $19.39. But like I said, it is a good option. I'm checking it right now. But like I said, I'm using Rumble Studio, so people check those out because
how many
the ones
can
over
you
there.
go to out of Rumble?
Rumble? You mean
I mean, how many platforms can you broadcast to out of that studio?
6 to 8? Like so far, I was streaming on 6, 7 at the same time.
Because we go to places that most of these guys don't even know about.
Oh, you can go everywhere on
Pill.net.
you can go everywhere on Rumble.
Pill.net.
I'm not fucking kidding. Like
I mean, we're on Pill.net right now, and I don't know if you can do that. I don't know if you can go there.
Yeah, but that's the thing is you can stream almost anywhere. You can program anything. You just go to add a new destination and you can add any. Right now, everything's set up for Rumble, YouTube, Twitch, Facebook, X, Kick. I can add anything else I want. That's what I'm saying. Like, check it out. Check both platforms. Like, Pops usually also checks good thing. Like, I'm not saying
Yeah, I look at him.
check EV Mux. But me right now, my money, I'm more on Rumble Studio right now. Because right now, if you want to be like the pro thing, it's only $10 a month.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to tell Cos about that. My tech guy's the one. Look, the reason we have both is because StreamYard was getting outrageous, and I'm not gonna pay that next year again. 800 and whatever. Fuck that. That's crazy, right? So we got the EV Bucks as a test. We have 2 shows that run off it: 3 Beermen and Creative Chaos run out of the EV Mux studio. And Cos is really happy with it. But I mean, look, man, the last time I looked at Rumble Studio, it was just built and there was nothing. Right? I mean, it was just the beginning, like beta shit they were trying to get me to do. And it's like I couldn't choose that over what I was using for my actual network stuff. You know what I mean? I had to have something I could definitely count on. That's why we didn't just jump on EB Mux. We're testing it out with a couple of shows, see how it goes.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So we're not against looking at anything.
Check out Rumble Studio. Like I said, it's still in development. Every time they add new things, like right now you can highlight like messages. You couldn't do that before. It's always in progress, right? But another one that people are going back to is Discord. Streaming through Discord with Stream Element or StreamYard or Stream Lab or something, because you can do it for free. Yeah, Stream Element as well, but you can stream also for free there. But it's just a bit more complicated to set up everything. That's why people like StreamYard and the other one, because it's you just connect your thing and then you go live. While the other one, you have to go put that key there, do that, do this, do that, do this. But that's what supposedly Stream Element and Stream Lab help with. But that's other things you can look at. Right now, I like this type of like too close to the StreamYard thing so far. EV Mux, I've heard about it. I'm using the Rumble Studio. That's what I've been testing for like a year right now, and I'm really liking the progress they keep making. You can upload your thing like for a free account, dude. You can do what you could do. You can do what you could do here for a pro account on there for free. Now you have the logo there sometimes. Like yesterday, Margine got me on her stream, and she didn't have the logo, and it was her first time using the same thing, and she's loving it. She goes, dude, it's so user friendly and easy. I love it. I'm using this from now on. And check it out. Like seriously, people just check out the Rumble Studio. Like they should sponsor me because I've been promoting the fuck out of it.
Everybody should sponsor me. Come on, man. All I do is promote anytime something new comes out. That's cool.
Mm-hmm. But Rumble Studio, it's my gem right now. And Argo goes, I'm good old fashioned YouTube. But that's the thing. We're just talking about streaming tools to stream on YouTube. But yeah.
How many seats, like per guest?
Okay, just huh?
How
I
many
guess there.
seats
I haven't seen any limit so far.
Really?
Give me a sec. Just give me a sec.
Okay. Because yeah, you guys know me. I ain't afraid to try something
Somebody
new.
was knocking at the door.
Yeah, I had stuff at the door too.
So far, no, I haven't seen any limit of how many people. Let me go check. Let me try if I can.
I just started a gaming stream with a friend. We're doing the whole thing through Discord. I hadn't really messed around with Discord too much. I definitely love Rumble though. I didn't
But
know
that's the
this
thing is, you
existed.
can still. Okay, just let me tell you one thing that's fun. If you use Discord to meet up with your friends and do shit, right? You can pop out the window over there, and with that you can stream it on StreamYard and Rumble Studio, so you can do a mix.
To do Discord to Rumble.
Also, you could do that here, like when you do share a screen or something like that. So
Yep.
you can still stream like that, and you can use OBS or stuff like that. But the fact that you can, because Discord is a good place for people to meet up and do stuff like that. Not everybody likes to use, But Rumble Studio, like I'm telling you, you could do a mix, or you can just do everybody on Rumble, and people can share their screen and stuff like that. Me, I like to use something called OBS to do something that's called. Hold on, what's the name of it again? Hold on, let me just open
Screen
it.
layouts.
No, it's hold on, virtual camera, I think it is. Give me a sec. It's right here. So you have Start Virtual Camera. So when you install this, right, it means that you can, instead of having a camera like you see me here, right, I can put my screen, and it's treated like a camera. So when you turn virtual camera, you put it to OBS. You put your camera to OBS, so it's your thing. So you could go on Rumble and everywhere else with this, right? And everybody, instead of having their camera, they will have their screen, and then you could also add to this. Like let's just say I do. Let's just say so right now you're not going to see anything because then I'm not set up. But you can put your video, then you can also put your camera. So you can put your game and your camera and reduce it as a little square in the corner. So you see that little square that was there? That was my camera. Usually that's my camera that's there. Get it?
Yeah.
So you can. That's what I use OBS for.
All right.
Yeah, I love OBS.
Yeah.
I was gonna say I wanted to see this cover. I saw it real small in the back there. Can we get Natverse 2 cover? That's so dope.
So this is me. This is my pencils with a paint over by Inkspot. This is the regular cover of the book. This cover is the was not available in the campaign. It's a limited edition too, and it's technically it's a variant cover, and it's just available on my website and my local shop.
Cool.
So you see the entire crew, and the hint is you see all the ones that were there before, and you see Luani walking in the back because it's technically where you get to know her.
Mm-hmm.
And Pop's got hold on, let me go more here. So there's a bunch of variant covers from the campaign. So this is Natverse 1, the variant cover. This is the Preston cover of Rose.
Yep.
This is the regular cover of number 1. This is 7 Legions by Beacon. I don't work on this one. I only work on the new issues. I do layouts for the guy on the new books. Then you have Bloodhunt here available. Then here you have the covers for Nadverse 2. So this is the one I just told you about, the regular cover. This is the Ashcan I was telling you about. Right? That's a preview of Blood Brothers 3.
Yep.
I love that art as well.
That's Preston.
All of them. That one just sticks out. I love it.
But that's actually like a painted cover. I have it. Like he did a sketch cover for me. He painted it. It's on the Tales of Nadverse 1, and I have it there, and I used it. And these are the variant covers of Nadverse 2. So I only have one of these left. Or two, I think. I think two. This is the Alan Alonso. These were my Kickstarter exclusives. So you have the, normal one and nipples out. That's the one Pops got. And that was the other variant cover. But they're all available there in limited quantities until I sell out. Variant covers are not available on the campaign as the add-ons. You just get the covers I get. But you can go and pick there, and on my website they ship the next day. And you can group your shipping, so it's interesting. And my website's been there for like what? We're celebrating the 5th year right now.
Awesome.
Yeah.
This is looking like a great series. I can't wait to pick some of these up next time we talk to you. I'd love to.
But Nadverse. It's something that I've tested. I'm really happy about. I see it as my. If you remember in the days there was like the supersized comics. So if you go to Marvel or DC, you would buy like a giant size, but you had 5 comics in it.
Yeah.
So you could have a Batman, a Superman, this or that. So that's what Nadverse is. So Nadverse, you get like at least 2 stories of Nat, and then you get extra stories from other characters in the same universe. They either know him, don't, or will. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So you could say, hey, my friends can come and go, hey, you know that guy, that character there? We'd like to know more about him. Okay, so next book I'll make a story of him.
Cool.
Like that guy, like one of the bad guy calls Defcon, the one you saw with the 4 arms there earlier.
Yeah.
He's gonna have. I already have I started working on one of his short stories to tell him his background. So it's what I'm treating it. That's why I love that. I love that IP so much. Like it's one of my favorite things to work on. And right now I also can't wait to go back to my first baby, because my first comic era that I ever did was called it was a fanzine. You know what a fanzine is?
Mm-hmm.
Fanzine is technically you printed your comic on the regular paper, folding and stapling them.
It's like fanzines.
Fanzines, okay? So the first one I ever fucking did, and that was the one that I started thanks to Michael Turner, because he's the one that got me back into comics and really focusing, instead of trying to focus on getting a job from Marvel and DC, focusing on my own shit. And he's the first one that told me the finish not perfect line. Like, just put the first story out. It can be shit. It doesn't matter. Everybody that puts their first work out is shit. Nobody does a masterpiece on the first way out. But then after that, the only way is up. Because most of 90% of comic book people that try to do comics, 90% of them never finish their books. Because it's always this, and that's where I was stuck, because I was working on Wolf Dragon, but I've been on it for years, going, it needs to be perfect, I need to rewrite, and he's like, go up to your fucking room, and do me 3 pages. 2 pages by tomorrow. So I went to my room, spent the night up, like, energy drinks, The next day, I go down, because I was lucky enough to have back then, I had put money aside, so I was living in that deluxe hotel that was connected to the con. So I jump in the elevator, go down, 3 pages. He looks at me. Holy fuck, 3 pages? Yeah. Okay, I want to see you here next year. And I met him like that for like 4 or 5 years until he passed away. And the year that he passed away, I was done. I did my first fanzine. So it's my little baby on the side. Because after that, I got approached to do like a sci-fi anthology. So I'm like, oh, I'm going to do Nat. And that's how I started Nat. And Nat is just my little playground. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's your sandbox.
It's my sandbox. I'm having fun. I do have an ending of him in here. But I don't want to get there anytime fucking soon. Get my drift? And there's so many characters. Like right now, like there's so many characters. But to me, in that world, right, Rose gonna have her stories. Every character is gonna have a story, but there's really two IPs, big IPs in there that I plan to do. It's Nat and Loani. That's why they have, like Rose. There's something there too, but to me, it's like those two there are the predominant ones. You have Nat the Merc and Loani the Metal Valkyrie, and they're gonna have their own story. And right now, I also started working on one in the next book. I started working slowly on it. I have some pages done. I've been promoting it. It's called Loani and Rose, Daddy Issues. So it's them in between Planet 69 and the story of Metal Valkyrie. It's in between there, and it's them tagging up and trying to find out more about their dad. Save that with the research that people stole and sold and this and that. So they're going daddy issues, meaning all type, like they're going to get to know more their dad, saving their dad's research, this, that, get it, and that's where Luani gets the bike.
There's going to be no lack of people that can't relate to daddy issues. So.
Yeah, but that's the thing. So it's a word. I know it's a play on word type of thing. Daddy issues go to bad. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's two girls, like two sisters, newly found sisters type of thing, going out to try and save their reputation, their dad, finding out more about their dad's research, trying to find his secret lab and all type of stuff, and then they're going after something called the Murder Doll Factory, which they were using his research to create assassin bots like her. So it's kind of, And
these are two projects that you're going to be working on?
I already have a few pages done already on this. Yeah, it's the cover's already done. Like I always start working a bit ahead of time. That's how I can do all of this. You know what I mean? Like right now, as soon as I'm done with this, with Hellzone, Blood Hunt's gonna start. Right? After I'm done with Blood Hunt and it's out, Nadverse 3 is coming out.
Cool.
Then after that, I'm going down. It's gonna be the daddy issues. There's gonna be another Nat book that already started. Because after Natverse, I'm splitting. It's not the Merc with a Natverse story like it used to be. That's why when I'm done with the campaign, the Natverse is technically for the campaign. When I break it down on Amazon and stuff like that, it's not the Merc with a Natverse story. Not the Merc with a Natverse story. And it's gonna be the same thing with Loani Metal Valkyrie with a Natverse story. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's what it's called, Tales from the Natverse.
I've always loved the collections. I know, Marvel had the team up comics for a long time where it was like 2 issues. You were talking about the young blood having the same thing going on. And I like how you kind of put that in to having like 5 different stories, so you're not just like looking at one story in the universe. You're kind of just seeing the entire little multiverse you're building.
It came from a learning curve type of thing, because when I first tried to do a crowdfunding back in the days when it was available here in Canada and Kickstarter, I had 2 failed campaigns. Right, my 2 first ones were failed. The first one I was trying to do like everybody was trying to do, a floppy, right? But then you have floppy, but international shipping. That's one of the reasons why it was hard for me to back other people's books, because it was like $15 for a floppy plus $25 shipping, US, right? So I'm like, fuck. So I tried that with Wolf Dragon, right? I was gonna make a 40-something page, and I didn't have any following, and I was asking a bit too much because I was thinking big production, $15,000 to print and distribution. I didn't know anything about it, and I tried it, and I didn't come close. Then I tried the Art of Sim, which was the original type of like collected story that became a bit Natverse later. But I called it the Art of Sim, people were thinking it was an art book. They didn't think it was a collection of stories. I went to like 70-something%, right? And after that, I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna replan my thing, because there's something I'm doing wrong here. And before I did my Blood Hunt thing on Indiegogo, I took a business course. Not only did I freaking graduate from university in what I did, I went back and I did a 2-year program for business and entrepreneurs, right? So I'm like, I need to learn different things. I need to see things differently. There's something I need that I'm not doing right. Because I learned a long time ago. If you try the same thing over and over expecting the same results, you're literally fucking crazy. Okay? And two, or a fucking idiot. And two, right? If something's not working, sometimes you need to go back and go, there's something I'm not doing right, there's something I'm doing wrong, I need to change something up. Right? So I went back, and that's when I learned business. That's why when I came back, I had a business. I had a plan. I figured out shipping. I'm like, okay, how do I make it interesting? Let's just say $25 shipping. How much can I send you for $25?
Yeah.
So I'm like, so my books are gonna be 68 to 80 page because it's not gonna affect your freaking shipping. So how else can I do? Make more than one book. So I'm going to offer you a mini series in one book. And that I can ship to you for $25. I can ask you 25, ship for 25. Huh. So the first campaign I did a blog hunt failed because I went, here's a book for $20, shipping to you for 25. It failed. I was very fucking close though, like 80 something, 90%, right? I'm like, you know what? Business, perception. Flip the pricing. Flip the pricing. Not $20 the book, 25 shipping. 25 the book, $20 shipping. Funded in 2 weeks. See, it's all about perception, right? And what you can offer. So people were like, well, now you're fucking up everything. Like we're only doing 20 pages to 48 pages for $25. I'm like, yeah, but to me, I'm international, and I want people to buy my books. So I'm going to offer a bit more bang for your buck.
And who's we? Is there some kind of indie coalition? You all have rules you all have to follow? Hell no.
There was, let's just say there was one on Kickstarter a while back, and there was one on Indiegogo for a little while where they were trying to freaking gaslight you and stupid shit. Anyways. You do your own thing and you plan ahead. Now everybody's almost doing 60-page books now. Like 60-something page book for $25, and I think it's a great fucking spot. Me, I do 80. I like. I was starting like hells when I launched the campaign on Indiegogo. Like, it's gonna be 68 pages. I added 10 pages. I know that it's gonna be 68 to 80 pages. Every time my book's gonna be that, right? Except fucking Nadverse 2 that I decided to do 120 pages because it's kind of like, sorry, I'm late. Shit happens. But yeah, people, when you back my book, you can be sure that you're getting your book.
Yeah, you can.
And you're getting quality, and you're getting a lot of story.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I buy graphic novels mainly because of space. I don't have a lot of space for floppies anymore. I'm very minimally, but
you're preaching to the choir. See.
Yeah, the graphic novels, because I'm getting bang for my buck, and I don't have to go back and buy anything for a while. I love to sit and read a whole story from beginning to end. It's great.
Me, I got to the point where I would not read my floppies until I had 5 of them.
Mm-hmm.
And there's a part of me that's kind of like, okay, but now the trade's back, so you know what? So I stopped buying regular series like the floppies for more of the trade paperback that what they also call sometimes the graphic novels. Mm-hmm. I'm sorry, but now most freaking companies promote the freaking trade when they launch the freaking first issue. Like indie comics, I will probably go out of my way and support you a bit more, right? If I'm interested in your series. But for like Marvel, DC and stuff like that, I'd rather wait for a fucking trade. Unless I know, like, Todd McFarlane, Rob Liefeld, or something like that's doing a special series, I might go and buy, like Greg Capullo. I bought like the red band edition there. I bought like 2 copies of each.
That's what I like about the indie market is if you are going to sell floppies, you're getting. I know it sounds like the swag that comes with it. You're getting the cards. You're getting the metal plaques. You're getting all the different extras. It's not just buying a book.
Mm-hmm.
Get stuff, man. Get stuff.
Get cool stuff.
But I try to deliver more bang for your buck. I want to make I know everybody works hard for their money, and you want to be entertained. You want to be preached on. You want to have fun, and that's what I'm trying to do. You know, not every story of mine are exactly the same. Neither. Like I try to have a different approach. Like even when you read in the Nadverse 2, like I tried to switch up my storytelling technique. Like one of the ones that I really like was the Metal Valkyrie thing. I pulled the follow the leader type of, I think it's called, the technique, where you start the premise, you follow one character, then you reach a certain point, you start following another character,
Right.
and then another becomes the main goal, and then you follow the actual character of the story. And it's something that I started that story exactly with that plan, and I had so much fucking fun. Because, you know, the idea is to make you think that one character is the hero, the other one's the bad guy, and then you go from one character to another one, another one, another one, another one, and then at the end you're like, huh, there you go. Then, you know, the narrations change and follows another character all the fucking time.
Yeah.
And I think that's one of the reasons why that story stands out even more than the other ones. You know?
Yep.
Most definitely.
Mm-hmm. There's multiple different story techniques. Like one of the one is called the Commandi, that was set up by, that was kind of like put there like a bit like from Kirby back in the days. If you know the comic book, Commandi is that the guy didn't even plan anything ahead really. He just went ahead with, okay, this is where I'm at. I'm going. Let's do this. No, okay, no. Where was I? Okay, let's do this. And you keep going, like improvising with what you know. You know, you have some guidelines, but you improvise. It's a bit the same thing that he did with Savage Dragon Larson, which is like the Commandi style. Like you have a direction, you have a few lines, but you technically improvise your comic. You come in, you write an issue, and you try to respect the lines that you put before, but you don't necessarily know exactly where you go. You know, how you're gonna get to your point. You know what I mean?
Yep.
But it's one of the things that's what I'm saying. Now you understand why to me the Nadverse for me it's like my little playground. The other one that's kind of like, you know, like I like to think about it. It's like you know, one is more of a manga. The other one is more like a movie approach. The other one is more this. Like, you know, like when I worked on Blood Hunt, the first one, I had more of a cinematic approach, like Michael Turner used to do, which is like I identify. I have my starting, my middle, my end. Then I figure out my money shots.
Yeah.
Which is my big action, my this, my that, my important twists and turns. Then I go in and put story. Right? Like one of the stories of Nat is, here's all the action. Everything's done. The action's done. Now I'm gonna go over everything. That's also the manga. That's what I did with Hellzone. You go into the action, then you go in and you go, I'm gonna add this there, I'm gonna put that there, I'm gonna add the story there, put some background there, and then do this and do that. Oh, I need to put more, I need to actually, you know, I'll put more emphasis on the parents here. Boom. Like, you know, like, it's different ways of playing with your Legos, you know what I mean? Your blocks.
Yeah.
Like, that's what I love so much about what I'm doing. And, you know, like I like to say, you know, I'll say it again here. I said it, I say it often. Bob's heard me say it before. But, you know, to everybody listening and everybody that ever backed my project, thank you so fucking much. Because I say it often, and I'll never get tired of saying it. We may be the dreamers, but you guys are the dream makers.
Yeah.
Without your love, without your support, without you backing us and supporting my project, we wouldn't be doing this. I couldn't be doing this. Right? So I can keep dreaming and working my ass off, and people that know me, they know that I don't stop. I'm a workaholic when it comes to this stuff. I just love drawing, right? And it's all thanks to you guys, you know. And it's my best way that I've said it is this: we're the dreamers. You guys are the dream makers. Thank you so much.
There you go.
God bless.
That's a good way to kind of end the show, isn't it? And run on a very upbeat note. And I also want to thank our viewers on all the different platforms we're on, including YouTube, the one I don't really promote. We love all you guys, right?
You guys are amazing.
It's like some people latch on to that beta test and think that's where we're going, and they just don't get it.
Oh, dude, there's a guy that was like, "Oh, you fucking pissed me off." Okay, I love you, but bye.
Goodbye. Exactly. I just look, Sim. You taught me a long time ago. You don't have to bark back at every dog that barks,
Yep.
right? You
Because
it's almost
if you
backwards,
stop
huh?
to bark back at every dog, you never get to your destination.
I mean, that's not saying I don't bark back at some of them, but I don't bark back at all of them anymore because some of them ain't worthy of it.
You know, another thing I always tell my friends that are creators, it's like sometimes you need to ignore some of them, but when it's something that you need to address, to the cool guy that looks at explosion, you address your point
Yeah.
and you walk away.
Yep, and that's what I did. I
You
already
just go,
addressed it and walked away. And here they are in my chat trying to disrupt our show, but I don't care because, like I said, we're having a good time. We've been having a good time for a long time by distancing ourselves from people like that. That's all. I mean,
but it's
that's
like I said before. It takes every type of people to make a world, and some people, some people are some like
yeah, meh.
And me, like I say, I always that's why I live in that way of thinking, because all I want is everybody to get along in a way and to have people enjoy my books. Like, you don't have to like me or be anything or vote anything or do anything to enjoy my stories. You know what I mean? That's
Yeah, yeah. No conditions, yo. Just go
yep.
check it out. If you like it, get the next one, and the next one, and
You
the
know,
next.
there's some of my favorite creators that maybe in person they're fucking assholes. I don't give a fuck.
You'll find out more often that's true.
Yeah.
I worked in music industry for a long time doing stage building. I met a lot of heroes that aren't heroes anymore.
Dude, I worked at the Queen Elizabeth Hotel for a while, and if you know what that is, I've met a lot of people.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I worked at Z Rock. I met a lot of rock and roll people. I used to have friends that worked for the Sun, so I met a lot of people in basketball and shit. I've gone through different phases of just knowing the right people at the time, right?
Mhm.
But now it's like it's comic people, and I like promoting comic people, and the cooler they are to each other and to me, the more they're probably gonna get out of me. It's pretty basic. It's like
Oh,
I'm trying to have a good time now. I'm getting
just
old.
one,
I ain't got time for that dumb shit.
just one thing before we sign up. Go
Oh
sign up.
yes.
Go sign up to this. I did
Um,
a
Yes.
little. I,
Number two.
I did
can
a
can
little
you show the
something.
trench coat? Come on, show the trench coat.
You know what I'll do? Hold on. We haven't showed the video, so let me do this, okay? Here's the Ozone video, and
Okay.
I
Yeah,
also already have a promo video for Blood Hunt. So hold on a
yeah.
sec.
Let's run them both. I think you shared the audio with us, bro. I don't hear nothing.
So I think you like that one,
Yeah,
but
I didn't get the audio though. I don't know why.
you didn't.
I didn't hear the audio. I didn't. I don't know about the people
Okay,
watching.
that's weird. Hold on, because it's supposed to show. Let me just stop the share and I'll reshare it again if that was the problem.
Okay.
Okay.
Alright.
Because you definitely want to hear the audio of the next one.
Yeah, I got nothing again. Mm-mm.
Okay, hold on a sec. Let's do this. The resolution is not good. I'm gonna stop it here.
Yeah, I wasn't getting sound on that one either.
Really?
Really?
I did click the audio. Try that again. Because the audio says it's on. Hold on. I'm gonna go directly on YouTube. Now it says it's on. Let's try that again. Okay. Now, is this gonna work?
Now we got on. There we go.
By moonlight, the hunt begins. Crimson marks on pale skin. Enchanted foes, mortal sin. A game of death, I'm here to win. Blood hunt, no time to stall. Monsters fall as I hear the call. Vincent's out, the shadows crawl. Fear the reaper, you use hell. I'll take the bounties, leave behind death. With fangs and stealth, I'll steal your breath. Screams in silence, hearts in chains, under darkness, start the games. Shadows meld through night, I vow. With every kill, hear the midnight howl.
There you go.
Yeah,
That was amazing.
Yeah.
Do you want me to put the Hellzone one again since you didn't get any audio?
Yeah, and then we
'Cause
got to
I-
cut it out, and then we
'cause
got to
I-
cut the show.
Yeah,
We gotta
because
get
I write those songs on the AI thing.
That's what I was gonna ask. Is that AI?
Yeah, I write the dialogues. It's kind of fun.
It's awesome.
Okay, so here's the Hellzone one. Then we're done. Oh, I need to reshare it. Hold on. Because it works better when we do it that way. Because you got the audio now.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
A mysterious ship,
do it.
a distress signal, a salvage team, demons. Welcome to Hell Zone.
From deep space we journey on a chilling cold. A signal breaks the silence of fading scrolls. Scarlet morning lights flashing cast a foreboding spell. The derelict floats wildly in a million swell. Ghost ship is quiet as a tomb. All's whisper secrets wrapped in gory gloom. Boots echo through the corridor, search for sight. I stay in the shadows, searching for the fight. In the shadow, find no sign of light. Distress the signals that go through the endless night. Salvage team, armed with steel and might. Teams looking ready for the fight. Welcome to the Hell Zone, graceful ride. Big guns ready, there's no place to hide. Symphony of chaos, all collide. In this twisted, haunted metal tide.
Oh yeah, there you go.
And there
That's
you go.
Talking about. Sim, thanks for coming out, man. All you
My
guys
pleasure.
look, go and check out Hellzone. Get ready for Blood Hunt 2. Go get Blood Hunt 1. You know, what's
Okay.
up? What's up, Tim? Tim from the ID show popping in.
Margot says I
actually-
sound like Kevin Owen.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, Montreal.
I started this show with the ID show theme song because it was loaded in the intro. Oops. But yeah, you guys check that out every other Friday night right here on the network. Later on tonight, Freewheeling Fridays, ADHD Theater, all that. Look, it's all action around here, people. Don't miss out on any of it. Jonathan, thanks for hanging out with me. And look, power went out for a bit. Somebody was there. That's what the whole co-host thing is about. That's why
It's
we
amazing
network
for the
together.
opportunity. Sim, I absolutely love your work. Can't wait to
Oh,
check
thank you.
it out. Can't wait to see the new stuff. So everyone go out and get Hellzone. And what was the other one? Blood Hunt 2?
There's
Yes.
Blood Hunt 2. Sign up to Blood Hunt 2, and keep your eyes out for the next Nat verse. And you can get all those books on my campaign, or if you don't want to wait, go on my website. You get them sent to you the next day.
Yeah, just like that.
Yeah.
Peace, everybody.
Pretty easy.
Later.
Later.
Click on the tube and feel the vibe. Every show you crave right here live. Heroes and villains clash in the night. Madness Comic Network sets it right. Scroll through the list, find what you need. Epic battles and fast-paced speed. From capes to cosmic space delight. Tune in and watch your favorites ignite. On Facebook, share the thrill so grand. On X, the buzz across the land. Madness Comic Network all around. In every episode, joy is found. Uploads, they never end. Superheroes and their friends. Catch every twist and every turn. Madness Comic, you will yearn. Stay up to date with every twist. Madness Comic, don't miss a gist. From laughter to tears, every mood. Madness Comic sets the groove. Click that button and subscribe. Catch the wave and ride the tide. Join the fun, join the craze. Madness Comic brightens days. Hey! New uploads, they never end. Superheroes and their friends. Catch every twist and every turn. Madness Comic, you will yearn. Stay up to date with every twist. Madness Comic, don't miss a gist. From laughter to tears, every mood. Madness Comic sets the groove. Click that button and subscribe. Catch the wave and ride the tide. Join the fun, join the craze. Madness Comic brightens day.